Captain Veleth told me that Adril Arano, second counselor of Ravenrock, wanted to speak to me immediately. We should find him and discover the reason for his urgent message.
Thank you for coming. After everything you've already done for Ravenlock, I hate to ask for more, but I can't risk Councillor Morvain being killed. The Ulan family of House Hlaalu, a rival great house, has placed a death mark on the Councillor's head. It's a private matter. Let's just say they seek revenge for the execution of one of their own, ordered by Councillor Morvain himself. The problem is, I don't have any solid proof that anyone from House Hlaalu is hidden among us. Only my suspicions. It may be justified, but it certainly isn't appreciated. Councillor Morvain simply feels that I'm being paranoid. I'm afraid that one day I'll awaken and discover him dead. And I don't want it to come to that. I do. I've received some information from my sources that there could be elements of Ulan's house, House Hlaalu, already in Ravenlock. Ravenlock is a small settlement, so it's hard to accomplish anything in secret. If any of them is from House Hlaalu, I wouldn't be able to make a move without them knowing. I had a feeling you'd be willing to listen to me. I need you to start out by being my eyes and ears. Search Ravenrock and see if you can root out these traitors. The best place to start would be Geldis Sadri, over at the Retching Netch Corner Club. If he provides you any leads, check them out before bringing them to my attention. I can't afford to make any mistakes.
Assassination of a counselor. Just like
Don't worry. You can trust Geldis.
My friend, we must aid Councillor Morvain. We need to speak to Sadri right away. We have to get a lead before it is too late.
What is this?
You can trust Geldis. He's been with us for a long time.
Solstheim is especially depressing, as it is both freezing cold and full of ash.
Right. It's cold, and I can't breathe. Why would anyone live here?
Ebony, I believe, is the answer. As for Neloth, he's just crazy.
Lovely. Just wonderful.
The cold and the ash are the least of our concerns here. Apparently, there is a plot to assassinate Councillor Morvain, and the former Great House of Morrowind, House Hlaalu, is involved.
If there's anything at all I can do to help, please let me know. I maintain a few contacts in other Dunmer settlements across Tamriel. Most hail from House Redoran, but there are a few from other houses. Most of my contacts live leagues away from Solstheim. Sending the occasional message back and forth is all we can manage, and sometimes takes months or more to arrive. However, any information we can glean in times like this, I consider vital to House Redoran's survival. Traitors, the lot of them. Their collaboration with the Empire may have given them unrivaled political and economic strength, but their hearts weren't with the Dunmer people. Hlaalu deserved every bit of hatred they received once the Empire released its grasp on Morrowind. Having past ties to the Empire immediately turned them into the scapegoat for the Dunmer people's suffering. They had welcomed the Empire with open arms and benefited from it. When everything was said and done, they were no longer recognized as a great house and were dismissed from the council. During the Oblivion Crisis, gates to the Plane of Oblivion opened all over Morrowind. The Empire pulled most of its forces out of Morrowind to deal with the gates in their own homeland, leaving us virtually defenseless. We had no standing army at the time, just uncoordinated pockets of resistance. House Redoran took charge and was slowly able to build an army. It took years, but it became a force to be reckoned with. When the Argonians invaded years later, House Redoran's army was able to prevent them from sweeping across all of Morrowind. It would be fair to say that House Redoran literally saved the Dunmer people from destruction. You might think it's all perfume and roses now that the mine's open. But all I see is a new security problem on our hands. Making sure those shipments of ebony make it safely from the mine to the shipping docks is my new order of the day. And with Solstheim crawling with reavers and Azora knows what else, I can't risk any attacks on Ravenlock. Don't worry, you can trust Geldis. He's been with us for a long time.
Once the Empire left Morrowind, the greatly weakened House Hlaalu was unceremoniously stripped of its Great House status and dismissed from the Morrowind Grand Council. House Redoran became the eminent power in Morrowind, taking the position that Hlaalu had held throughout the Third Era. Adril Arano feels they want to regain power here and make a statement to House Redoran. It's time to speak to Geldis Sadri, the innkeeper at the Retching Netch Corner Club, and get to the bottom of this.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds. Azora's wisdom to you, friend. Well, well, Adril's got himself a spy, does he? Azora knows he needs all the help he can get. He's been chasing the Hlaalu for years now. No, I just think he's going about this the wrong way. Actually, I do. If you want to catch those slippery slaughterfish, you need to let them come to you.
Get some food, drink, relaxation and entertainment. And once that's done, her bed is right nearby.
There's an Hlaalu ancestral tomb near the temple. Someone's been leaving ash yam offerings on the altar inside. If you were to wait inside for whomever that is, I'm betting they'll have some of the answers you're looking for. What makes you think I haven't? Anytime Adril and the Redoran Guard made a move, the Hlaalu must have been one step ahead and didn't show up. You can thank me if it works. Until then, I'd head to the tomb and wait until your visitor shows up. When the Dunmer is laid to rest, the body is burned and returned to the ashen soil. Since the ash yam is born of the very same soil, it represents rebirth and renewal, the fact that life ends and begins anew. Back in 95, Vila Hlaalu came to Ravenrock with a plan to take over our town. The Fetcher thought he could stir up the locals and use them against the Redoran Guard, and then murder Councillor Morvain when we weren't looking. He arrived alone, but spread enough coin around to start changing people's minds. Half the bloody town joined his side. Can you believe that? He underestimated the Redoran Guard. They were organized and brought a swift end to the coup. Vila tried to run, but he was caught by Captain Veleth himself. Vila Hlaalu was executed a short time later, and his remains placed in the Hlaalu ancestral tomb. Safe travels, Outlander.
Those are College of Winterhold robes, aren't they?
So Geldis Sadri has pointed out that someone is leaving ash yam offerings in the Hlaalu ancestral tomb, even though no Hlaalu live on Solstheim. He suggests that I stake the tomb out at night and discover the identity of the mystery visitor. So, this is Ulan Ancestral Tomb. It is where members of the Ulan family of House Hlaalu are interred if they die on Solstheim. The last member of the family interred here was Vilur Ulan, who in 495 was the lead conspirator in a House Hlaalu plot to assassinate the current House Redaran Councillor of Raven Rock, Loril Morvain. Our best bet is to wait for a few hours, and hopefully someone comes in.
Sorry, I'm in your way. Apologies. Let me get out of your way.
Excuse me. I didn't realize there was anyone else here. I presume the same thing you're doing, leaving an offering for the departed.
So much grave dust.
Forgive my surprise. It's just that I wouldn't expect that sort of behavior from someone who isn't Dunmer. Since there aren't any Ulans left on this island, I've taken it upon myself to leave the traditional offering in their stead.
I don't think there is any point in making baseless allegations. Let's be discreet for now.
What do you mean? I thought I was clear. I'm simply honoring a fellow departed Dunmer. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to meditate a bit.
What are you? You lost?
I hope Geldis proves. Have you made any progress? Telesue, are you sure?
May I have a word?
So Geldis's plan worked, eh?
Of course.
Every time we tried it, no one would ever show up.
I was concerned about...
If Telesue's involved in any sort of plot to harm Councillor Morvain, I'm going to need hard evidence to prove it. I'm not kicking down anyone's door until I have solid evidence in hand. If you're wrong about Telesue, things would quickly go downhill around here, and the real culprits might slip away. I can't afford for that to happen. If you have evidence and it places your life in peril, I would expect you to do whatever you must to keep yourself alive. Here, this key should open the front door of the manor in case they've locked it. Good luck. Vilur Ulan wasn't the first Ulan to live in Raven Rock. His father, Valen Ulan, was one of the first Dunmer to settle here. Unlike his son, Vilur, Valen was a good man. He contributed to the community and was quite respected. When Valen died, his family provided the funds to construct the tomb. The Ulan family being a part of House Hlaalu didn't matter. It's Dunmer's tradition for the ashes of the deceased to be placed in an ancestral tomb. Valen Ulan and his son's remains were both laid to rest there because that's what he'd requested. Telesue is wife to the family patriarch Vendel. They have a single child, a daughter named Miri. They arrived here 10 years ago and have been nothing but a benefit to Raven Rock ever since. They're quite wealthy, and they've been quite generous by sharing their fortune with the community.
Of course.
They've contributed coin, food, supplies, even helped repair a few of the buildings in town with their own hands.
I'm afraid we might run out.
I'll speak with Garen and see
People
what
have
he wants.
mentioned it's a bit odd about how close in age Mary appears to be to her father, but that's hardly a
I fear
cause
we'll
for
be feasting
alarm.
on ash yams a bit more
Just
often.
make sure you find solid evidence. If I accuse them without it, I'll be the laughing stock of the colony.
How much longer do you intend to serve as his...
So, we need to visit Severin Manor and look for evidence that exposes Hlaalu as an assassin.
Headed east. May want to give the Telmithran a wide berth. I don't like the looks of that place one bit.
I feel I need to do this alone with some high-level illusion spells. Zell and Remy, please
How can
wait
I
for me
help?
here.
I'll be waiting right here.
Oh no. Look, I can explain. Wait, you don't know. I'll be around.
Huh?
Stop that!
I know I heard something.
I thought I saw... No, surely not.
coup. That was nerve-wracking.
House Hlaalu cretins. Bastards shouldn't have just lost their great house privileges. They should have been forcefully disbanded and rooted out. This isn't over yet. We must return to Adril.
Let's read the note. The Ulan matter. The letters indicate that Vendel Severin is actually Vendel Ulan, and that his supposed wife Talisu and his daughter Miri are members of House Hlaalu. All three of them are working in conjunction with unknown forces in a place called Ashfallow Citadel to assassinate Councillor Morvain. Let's rush to Adril Arano now.
Your actions here have been a blessing to us all, Sergio.
Did you find any evidence at Severin Manor yet? Then we finally have them. All that remains now is chasing them down and bringing them to justice. Good. I'm going to send two of the best Reverend Guard we have to take them down. I want you to assist them any way you can. See that you do. We can't afford to let these traitors slip away.
2 guards will hardly be enough.
Ashfallow Citadel.
Let's hurry. We must support their attack on Ashfallow Citadel.
There's a College of Winterhold.
Just remember who's in charge around here.
If you ever need apothecary supplies, talk to my...
Ashfallow Citadel is located east of Raven Rock. Let's head out.
I'm glad to see you're well. I don't like sending people off to that.
You lost.
Shh. You can't sneak up on me.
Nice. Let's see if they had anything worthwhile.
Ash hoppers. Just think that ended when it did. For House Telvanni. For Master Soul.
The Kamana Tong. I did read that they are a large Dunmer criminal syndicate in Morrowind, and by the Third Era, the Kamanatong had become closely entwined with the affairs of Great House Hlaalu. I'm not surprised they are here.
I'm going to put
Oh,
you
you're
down.
in trouble now. Oh, Scrap, are you okay? I'll fix you right up, I promise.
Oh, excuse me.
Never should have come here.
Fall upon my blade, or a scum. How are you faring there? My blade still thirsts for more.
Just let me catch my breath.
I've heard stories of the fearsome Grawl that inhabits Solstein. Do you think we'll see one? I wonder what they can be used for.
Someone there. But your sleeping did not go so well. Get him, Scrap.
I need to open the gates. Let's see.
Become fools for the world.
Scrap, stop that. More baby. Tits, that stings.
Miri Severin is dead. We now need to find Vendel and Talisu Severin and end House Hlaalu once and for all here in Solstheim.
Occurred to me that chitin armor would be a fashion choice. And now that I've seen so much of it, I'm extra glad to have been spared that back home.
I'm not certain chitin is a fashion choice as much as it is a useful and reliable material.
What in oblivion is chitin? How can you be from Morrowind and not know how to pronounce chitin?
On the contrary, Remy. That, in fact, only legitimizes my pronunciation more as someone who has lived in Morrowind for many years. Some, I've heard, call it chitin. Wrong, but certainly more acceptable than the way you say it.
More acceptable? Chitin sounds awful, but chitin makes my ears bleed.
Preposterous. Triton is undeniably the right way to say it.
No, that's absolutely incorrect. Chitin just rolls off the tongue. It's clearly correct. Wait, no. Chitin. No. Chitin? Wait, how did you say it again?
Well, I say... How do I say that word again?
Well, try to remember the dumb way to say it, and that's how you were saying it.
I don't know anymore. You've got me all confused now.
Are you guys done? Let's get serious and finish off House Hlaalu.
Perish, Hlaalu.
I join you!
Death honors the hist. The hard motor locates its prey. Death.
Well done, Zell and Remy. House Hlaalu and the Kimona Tong are not a threat anymore. Let's get out of here and deliver the good news to Adril Arano.
Citizen. Well, what happened? Were you able to track down Vendel? Out with it! Then, it's finally over. What of the Redoran Guard I sent to assist you? Damn it. I was hoping to protect our people by sending them, not end up with casualties. To think that Vendel would stoop so low as to hire those fetchers. I'm glad you killed him. Wonderful. Simply wonderful. Councillor Morvain will be quite pleased when he hears about this.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
What you've done for me, for all of Raven Rock, goes far beyond what I would have expected from a traveler to our town. For this, you have my deepest gratitude. Now, I'm certain Adril was prepared to reward you appropriately for everything you've done. However, Since a bit of coin hardly seems like enough, I've decided to provide something more substantial. Since the Severin family, or whoever they were, turned out to be criminals, their property is now forfeit. As Counselor, I hereby award you Severin Manor and everything contained within. You've earned your citizenship here, and I hope you'll consider staying with us as a member of our community.
You've brought Ravenrock back from the brink, Traveler. I don't know how to thank you. My husband is second counselor, so I certainly have the means to reward you if you find my
Can't
folio.
thank you enough for reopening the ebony mines. You've brought light to the darkness, my friend. You've succeeded where I've failed by ending the threat to Councillor Morvain's life. I shall not forget it.
The mines are open and the ebony has begun to flow because of your discovery. My eternal gratitude and blessings go with you, friend.
My friend, I have something to say. I'm sorry about my outbursts back in Ashfallow Citadel. I was given the chance to prevent the assassination of a great house councillor. The parallels to Master Sul was not lost on me. My anger, sadness, and guilt all came to a head at Ashfallow Citadel. I want to thank you for staying at my side. Thank you for letting me get the chance to know some peace.
No need to apologize, Zell. You are a wonderful friend.
So, before in Ashfallow Citadel, you seemed... I'm not sure how to ask this, but are you doing alright?
I'm alright, Rennie. I feel much better now. Thank you.
Okay. I'm happy to hear it.
All's well that ends well. House Hlaalu is no more, and House Redoran's stable rule is ensured at Solstheim. The people of Raven Rock are happy with our efforts. We have made a difference to their lives. Thank you as always, Divine Magnus, for guiding us.